Hi guys, so as you may have noticed, I crossplay a lot, meaning I usually dress as male characters. And that's simply because I tend to like the male characters better. But there's a lot that goes into making yourself not only look like an anime character or a video game character, but look like one that's not the same gender as you. And a very important part of that is makeup. So today I'm just going to run you through my routine of how I do my makeup when I'm cross-playing. Normally I would put on things like wigs and glasses last. Actually, I have to take these off or it's not going to work. Normally I would put on the wig after the makeup, but I'm just going to wash it off after I do this. So for the purposes of this, I'm just going to have the wig on. So let me show you what I've got here. I bought all this stuff at the local pharmacy. This is for your lips. This is just eyeliner, powder, concealer, regular concealer, and an eyebrow pencil. The first step is I'm going to take this concealer, and it's kind of a liquid. This is probably the most expensive single element of the whole thing, but it's also very important. So you can see it's this liquid, and you try to get a tone that matches your skin color. My skin is extremely deathly pale, so I had to get pretty much the lightest one they had. And you can just put a little bit on. You don't have to rub it in too much or anything like that. Next, you can see that I have two. This is basically the same. All three of these are basically the same. They're all concealer, but that one is liquid and these two are powder, and this one is dark. This one again is pretty close to my natural skin color, which is like almost white, and this comes with a little pad like this, and you can just put on a little bit. And the reason you put on this is because it's wet and it's liquid, and the powder sticks to the liquid, so it lasts longer if you do this first and then put powder on top of it. And this just evens out your skin, makes it smooth, hides things like pimples and scars and bumps. I'm going to stop doing the skin for right now, and I'm going to move on to the eyes. The first thing with the eyes is an eyebrow pencil. This is a more liquidy one. And all you want to do is just draw on the bottom and then draw along the top. It doesn't have to be a perfect smooth line, because after you do it, you just take your finger and rub it in. And you want to do this even for male characters, because in anime and everything, we all know they have very big, well-defined eyes. So this kind of makes your eyes pop out just a little bit more than they naturally would. Now we're going to move on to this tool. This is for your eyebrows. I have a brown side and a black side. If you have blonde eyebrows, you might want to try to get some sort of lighter color, but I have extremely dark eyebrows, almost black, so I just have brown and black. If I need my eyebrows to be lighter, I have to put glue on them, put some sort of foundation on them, bleach them. I have to do something like that. This pencil isn't really going to do it. Maybe eyeshadow can get them lighter, but they're very dark. They're black. But let's just say that I needed black or brown eyebrows, which I often do. You can take this pencil and just fill in your natural eyebrow. Add a little bit under it. It'll just make it a little bit thicker. And just like with your eyes, you want to smudge it a little bit so that the line's a little bit smoother. Okay, we're not quite done yet. This is my favorite tool. It's for your lips, and it's just like lipstick, except it's clear colored. This is really important for girls like me who have very pigmented lips. My lips are very red or pinkish, and it would be very obvious if I didn't have this on that I was a girl. The lips alone would be enough to give me away. So, watch this. You just put this on like chapstick or lipstick, smudge it in, and your lips are almost gone. I like to put a little bit along the bottom here and only blend it slightly, because then it makes my lips actually look physically smaller, which men have much smaller lips than females usually. So if you can make your lips look smaller as well as less pigmented, you'll look more male-ish. Okay, there's one more really important part. This is the dark colored powder. The other powder was almost the same shade as my natural skin. This is significantly darker. And this is going to make shadows, because this is good for guys or girls, whichever way you're going. And a guy's face is usually more narrow, and especially around the chin, it's squarish. And my face is a very typical girl face. The cheeks are a little bit puffier, and the chin is like very round. So it definitely makes me look like a girl, even if I've done all the rest of this. So what I can do with this color is make shadows that don't actually exist. I like to just suck in my cheeks and fill in the hole that's created when I suck in my cheeks. And you can also do the side of your nose. Just to make it look straighter and narrower. You can do a dimple on your chin, and you should also do your eyelids. And of course, if you could see your forehead, you should do your forehead also. It'll just make it all look more narrow. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but my cheeks definitely look thinner. So that's probably going to mess up that first coat that you put down. All you got to do is just do some extra highlighting over certain areas, like cheekbones, top of the nose, anywhere where the shading might be a little harsher than you want it to be. Okay, and that's pretty much my normal routine. It's not perfect. I have a very girly face, and the result of this is going to depend on how girly your face is. If you have an extremely girly face like mine, it'll help, but it's not going to completely fool everyone. I think it's still pretty obvious that I'm a girl, especially when I start talking. Even with binding, even with makeup, you know, you can only do so much. But for characters like Tieria, you know, I can look a little girly and still pull it off pretty well, because a lot of anime and video game characters, they're not super macho. And on a separate note, if you're a guy and you're trying to look like a girl, basically you would do these same steps but in reverse. You would want to color your lips, you would want to thin out your eyebrows, you'd want to make your face all one smooth color, you know, real big cheeks, real soft features. You want to soften up your jawline. You definitely want to hide your stubble. You could probably use liquid foundation, or there's certain waxes and stuff that you can hide your stubble with. Stubble will give you away so fast. Even if a girl has a mustache or something, she doesn't have stubble. So, you gotta hide the stubble. But, I hope that was helpful, and happy crossplaying.